Hi everybody, Rose here. Today I am reacting to Foodie Beauty's live stream called Oops, I Did It Again. So this live stream is still in progress. Let's see, how long has she been on this thing? Almost 2 hours. So it's in progress and I got a feeling this live stream is going to be deleted later. So I want to jump on this as soon as I can. So we're just going to jump into it. We might be jumping around a lot. But I want to capture this before she's got a chance to dirty delete. I got a feeling she's going to dirty delete this because in this live stream, she does make some threats towards Natter. Threatening to go to his probation officer to prove that he's gone to motels with her. I don't know if that's against his probation, but I would imagine it would be, considering she's using that as a threat. So I just want to jump into this thing and see if we can catch up, okay? There's going to be no comments thus far, but let's see what we got here. So here's Chantal, and she's eating. I really wish she wouldn't eat on stream. It's just not the daintiest thing to watch. But she's eating, and she's talking. So let's jump in and see what's going on with Miss Chantal.
We probably will anyway. You're the judge. So after I was talking about how honey mustard I was for him,
Huh?
it's very inappropriate, I know. Here's the thing. The truth is, I go between wanting him and then thinking of then hating his guts, like over and over and over and over. Especially when he manipulates me to do things like, okay, so I really, really wanted to talk to him, I guess, just like reach out to him out of urgency. So I checked Messenger to see if, so as we had it, like when he showed my messages and everything, he had me blocked, right? When he was showing my messages, like he was blocked. He had me blocked. We had each other blocked. I blocked him, and then whenever I unblocked him at the hotel to check if he blocked me, he had me blocked. It said this user is unavailable on Messenger. So we had each other blocked.
So if you had each other blocked, how could you send those messages? How could you make those calls? I mean, I don't use Messenger much, but I would think if you are blocked by somebody, you wouldn't be able to make a call and you wouldn't be able to make a message because you are blocked. They're on Facebook, right? I mean, I've blocked people, and then after I block them, they can no longer contact me. So how is it, Chantal, that you and Natter were communicating back and forth and he had you blocked? Unless he unblocked you or didn't block you at all.
When I checked after hanging up with you guys, I wasn't blocked on Messenger anymore with him. So this to me is his little way of like someone said, keeping the crack open. But that little crack just makes me flip out. Like I can't handle it. I can't handle the mind games. I don't know what he's doing. So I fucking messaged him. Oh my god. And he saw my messages, some of them. Never mind. I have to be done. This is so fucking stupid. This is gonna destroy me. Mind games. So I never learned.
No, you don't.
He's dangling a very moldy carrot and you keep taking the bait.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
But that goes the other way too, Chantal. You both keep dangling different kinds of bait. He dangles the bait of, I care about you and I'm going to say whatever you want to hear. And you keep dangling some bait of your own, don't you? Yeah, you do. You're over there dangling the bait of, look, Natter, I'm in a beautiful hotel room. Come join me. And look, I'll give you some money too. You know that's what you did when you went to the hotel, Chantal. You purposely got that hotel near him, trying to tempt him away from Dee Dee to spend time with you. You know, you threw down a very heavy honey pot full of honey, but he didn't take it. And you're mad about that. You both try to bait each other into being around each other. And for the longest, it's just been a tug of war of who can make who do what at what time, using what bait. You're both trying to get something from each other. And it's just this ridiculous back and forth tug of war that is going nowhere. There's no end to this. That's what's making everybody crazy. The fact that there's no end to this, and you are involving the public. You're involving anybody who watches your content, either on your channel or on a reaction channel. You are involving the public in what should be a private affair between you and Natter. You want to be in a relationship with this dude. One of the key components of a relationship, whether it's a friendship or something more than friendship, is communication. If you can't go directly to your partner or potential partner or your friend and talk to them, that's a problem. And you two, you can't talk to each other. You talk to each other through a monitor. You don't need an audience to have a conversation. If you need an audience, that's a problem.
And then I lose it because I realize what he's doing. No, he didn't say anything. He didn't answer my phone calls again. I'm stupid. Like, but the thing is like, oh, he get over it. He doesn't want to talk to you. But he obviously is like trying to do something to get back at me or something. Like, he's thinking he's smart. Like, he's gonna make me look crazy. This is what he's trying to do. He's gonna try to make himself look like a victim now because he's under attack. So the thing,
and you're doing the same thing, Chantal. You're painting the same picture with everybody. You're saying, I'm under attack. Dee Dee and Natter are messing with me. They're messing with my mental health. They're making me crazy. Let me tell you something. You were unhinged before you met Natter. There's evidence of that. There's a history of that. When you were young, you were pretty much stalking your neighbors until where the dad of the neighbor boys had to make you stop. This has been something that's been a problem for a while. You just never addressed it, and you've never taken control of it and gotten it under control. As I've said in my reacts, your life right now, it's all about fixations and obsessions. You put all of your fixations and obsessions on YouTube, and you're just so focused on that group of things, that cluster of things. You actually are under the impression that your obsessions and your fixations are so interesting that all of us watching you, that we find those things interesting, and we don't. Your obsessions are yours alone. None of us are obsessed over Natter. None of us are obsessed over Nashies or fast food. Those are your things. They're not our things. And that's why we're all getting irritated. We're hearing about the same obsessions over and over. And it doesn't make for great content. It doesn't make for positive content. You are in a free fall right now. Your channel is in a free fall. I know that you're under the impression that as long as you make 7, 8, 10,000, whatever dollars a month, that everything's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. You're not okay. You are almost determined and hell-bent to make your audience run away and to tank your own channel, despite the fact that's your only source of income. And if I were you, I'd be worried about that. The fact that if you lost YouTube, what else would you do? You're not employable. Nobody would hire you for anything. You don't have a nice personality. You can't be around people. You cannot get up and work regular hours like everybody else. You're on YouTube, and as far as money, you're making a lot, but you don't have a lot to show for it. But that's entirely under your control, nobody else's. If you want to tank your channel, that's, again, your control. You can do something about it or not do something about it. It's all in your hands, Chantal. You can't point a finger and say it's Natter's fault, it's Dee Dee's fault, it's the VIB's fault, it's the reactor's fault. No, it's yours. What's going to save your channel, if it does get saved, is realizing that you are obsessed with things and breaking those obsessions, not being defiant and holding on to them.
Thing is, dumbass, he's trying to trigger me. I know. Hi, Alibaba.
You trigger yourself. You're the one that keeps going to his channel, watching his live streams, asking your VIBs, what's he up to? What's he saying? What's he doing? During your live streams, you'll sit there and watch him and look at pictures of him and talk about him. You're the one obsessed. He's not obsessed. He's over with Dee Dee having a fine time. They're not obsessed with you. You're obsessed with him. Does he play on that? Does he poke at you through his live streams? Yeah, he does. But you don't have to engage back. You can choose not to. You choose to keep this going, Chantal. You do.
To remember. The thing is, dumbass, he's gonna watch all these, he's gonna show these messages I sent after. I have, like, he does, like, any minute I can go to his probation officer and be like, yeah, here's some receipts from the hotel he stayed at with me. And you weren't very nice to me at any of those hotels. So yeah, have fun with that.
And she wonders why she can't get a relationship. She wonders why she can't get a man, why no man wants to be around her and no man wants to claim her. Because of what you just said, Chantal, your attitude right now. Because men figure you out, that you're that kind of female that if you get angry, your anger is going to turn to vengeance and wrath. And you're going to lash out in extreme ways. And nobody wants to deal with that. Nobody. Nobody's going to put up with that. That's too much. You want someone to be with, and yet here you are making threats against a guy that you are completely obsessed with. Here, I'm going to go to your probation officer and show him all these receipts. Well, let's think about that for a minute. Let's just say you did do that. That you went to the probation officer with the receipts. What do you think is going to happen? He might go to jail. And if he goes to jail, no more natter fix for you. He'll be out of reach. So you're making a threat. And if you follow through with it, you really won't be able to see him. But you showing this kind of behavior to this guy is not going to bring you two closer together. If anything, you're giving him yet another reason to stay away from you, to not want to live with you, not claim you. You're showing all of your ugly faces, Chantal. And once you show them, you can't take them back.
No, it is. Like, I swear to God, I will see you in court. So he's probably trying to build a case.
He doesn't have to try hard.
Because now he has to reach out to Dee Dee. Because I didn't get the apartment. So now he has to go back to Dee Dee. Because Dee Dee was all pissed off when he was moving out with me. Now I get it. I bet you. Hi, Kerm. I bet you.
I still think, I'm serious, I still think that Chantal knew she could not get him a place. And she didn't have enough money. She didn't have good credit. She's had a bankruptcy on her record. No landlord is going to easily give up a place that they have for rent to somebody like that. I mean, it just looks too risky. The only way you can get around that is if you have a lot of money, and let's just say you pay double the deposit, first, last month's, all that stuff. I think she went into that apartment hunting knowing it wasn't going to happen, but she wanted to spend time around him, so that was her way of getting it. And then once Natter figured it out, he cut her off completely, except for the phone calls. I think that might be her punishment for lying to him and for conning him.
Yeah. I bet you litigation fees, I bet you any money to just live there because he has nowhere else to go or no one else to fucking leech off of. He had to suck her ass so bad and be like, I'll never, and she was like, you will never talk to that crazy bitch again. That's the deal. And yeah, sue me. We'll see.
Take human bites, Chantal. That's too much.
You cannot use quartz when he responds to you. So you need to not give him receipts. Exactly. I'll never message you again. Don't worry. My bad. My bad. You're free. The only reason I ever reach out to him is for his, like, to help, like, because I care. And, like, every time he is, yeah, I know, Charlotte. Maybe, yeah, maybe he really is happy now. Maybe good, but
What? Okay, stop. The only time I reach out to him is because I care about him. This guy that you said committed DV and SA on you. This man on live stream who has insulted you, humiliated, and embarrassed you. This man, you care about him so much that you just have to call him and help him out. Chantal, he's a grown man. He was doing okay before the two of you met. He was living at the trap house, and I'm absolutely certain that if he had to go out and get a job, he would get a job. He's living with Dee Dee. He's got a roof over his head. He's got food to eat. So obviously he's fine. He doesn't need you to reach out and do anything. You want to do that. You want to put that thought in your head and keep it there that he needs me. He needs me for this. He needs me for that. No, he doesn't need you. You need him to need you because that gives you a reason to keep reaching out to him. You can't stomach the thought of he doesn't need me. He's fine without me. Because as long as you feel like he needs you, that keeps the obsession going. You don't want this obsession to stop.
but then, like, why keep on blocking me? Why?
Because you act crazy. Because you go insane over this man. Blowing up his phone with messages and calling it wee hours of the morning. Acting completely out of pocket. That's why he's blocking you. Because you don't know how to conduct yourself in a normal way. You're obsessed and you act obsessed.
He's such a liar. This is how he wants to look on camera. This is the thing. So let him. Goodbye. Like, so, no, Ariel, he's not a Canadian citizen. He's a refugee.
And you would know that how?
You can block him out of your life. You're right. So I lost it on him again because he does every time. Fucking, it just messes with me so bad. You know? Anyway, you need to stop caring.
You know, I compared this whole situation, the Natter Chantal situation, to basically something like this. You go in a kitchen and the burner is on full blast. And you get near it and you know it's hot, you can feel the heat. And somebody like Chantal taking their hand, knowing it's hot, feeling the heat from where they are, and purposely putting their hand down on the burner, knowing it's going to burn them. And then complaining about being burned. And then complaining to everybody, I just got burned. Well, you knew the burner was on. What'd you touch it for? It wasn't an accident. It wasn't like you just walked by and put your hand accidentally there and you didn't know it was on. You knew it was hot. And you chose to touch it anyway. And Chantal, you keep walking up to that fire and putting your hand in, and then you complain each and every time that it hurts. After like the second or third time of burning yourself, you can't expect that people are going to feel sorry for you. and say, oh, I'm so sorry you got burned. After like the third time, we're going to look at you like, fool. What'd you go and touch that for? You knew it was going to burn you. You've been burned like 3 times before. What do you keep doing the same thing over and over again for with the same result? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So for the past year, it's been insanity with you. Doing the same thing over and over again, getting the same result. And each and every time you complain about it, you want a different result, don't do what you did before that causes you agony. It's real simple. Change the record. Do something different. If being around Natter or talking to Natter or Dee causes you pain, don't freaking talk to him. Don't contact him. Don't send him money. Stay away. He's fine. Don't worry about being out on the street. First of all, who cares? He's a grown man. Let him figure it out. He's a grown man. Let him take care of himself. Not your concern. Secondly, he's in that house with Dee Dee. He's okay. He's not going to be on the street tomorrow if you don't send him money or you don't come over there with Green or you don't have a hotel room for him. He's okay. So all this unnecessary, I care so much for him. I worry about him. No need. He's a grown man. Let him figure it out.
About him. I know it's just hard. He obviously gives 2 fucking shits. Like, and then I blocked Tony. I lost it on Tony.
You know, if we're going to be honest here, Chantal, and you're worried about his home situation, you should be worried about your own. You're the one over there paying for everything. Pete's don't pay for nothing. He don't work. You got to worry about your car breaking down on you because you don't put any money into it. You got to worry about your rent, feeding yourself, feeding the cats, feeding Pete's, car insurance, all that. Handle your business. Don't worry about somebody else's. You're drowning right now in debt every which way. To the point where even though you get 10,000 plus a month from YouTube, you're taking out payday loans. That's insanity. It makes no sense.
Because I blocked him and he got mad. He's like, next time you block me, I'm going to be the one to block you. Then he sent me a picture of a middle finger, like very something Natter, like aggressive like that, like what he would do, like asshole. I don't care. I don't need another fucking, like, he's playing games like that too, like, I hate fucking manipulative people like that.
But you're one yourself. You manipulate everybody around you to the point where you don't have a single friend that wants to be around you. Pete is around you because he has to be, because he depends on you financially for a place to live and for food to eat. That's the only reason why he's around you. Everybody else has distanced themselves for a reason. Your family doesn't come around for a reason. They're uncomfortable being around you for a reason. You ever notice that? There's nobody you really hang out with. The people that you're around are people that financially depend on you. Nobody else.
He keeps on blocking you, so you will call or message him, and he can prove to the court you're harassing him. He's not unblocking you because he wants to talk to you. I'm stupid. So, hi, damn it, Amber. Rambo! He's doing it so he has content for his crap channel. Yep.
And you're not doing this for content for your crap channel? You've gone on record as saying, I will forever talk about you, Natter, because it makes me money. And so you do. You do talk about Natter because it makes you money, but newsflash, it's old news. People are tired of hearing about it. They're getting irritated because the situation makes no sense. 3 adults, and despite the fact that there are 3 of you, and you're all over the age of 30, none of you talk to each other in private. You do it through your monitors. You do it through an audience. You don't need a flipping audience to talk to people. If you do, there's a problem. Work on your communication skills. Seriously, we don't need to be involved in this crap.
Oh, oh well. My bad. It will never happen again. Is he blocked? I think I fucking blocked him again. If not, it's happening. Never to be unblocked, deleted. I don't want to delete. I'm gonna save the messages first. Good luck. Good luck charging me for harassment and building a case when you. That's a big lie, by the way. Whenever he said in his stream too that I was driving around outside of the Lachine stalking him, never happened in a million years. I swear on anything dear to me. I swear on fucking God. Everything. No,
Wait, what do you mean you weren't stalking him? Ma'am, did you forget about the live streams you did where you took all of us on a little road trip over to his house when he wasn't answering the phone? As I recall, you weren't answering his phone calls because you were in a mood, yes. And then when you started to call him, he wasn't picking up. So you felt a certain kind of way about that. You got jealous, you got insecure, and you drove to his house that night and you were raging on the side of the road. And then you went up to the door of the trap house and you were trying to peer in the windows and try the doorknob and all that stuff. I remember that live stream. You were really upset and going off about Natter, but because he wasn't picking up the phone, you were like, does he have a girl there? Is something happening? And you wanted to make sure. So you drove over there. I remember that live stream.
nothing. I swear to God that never happened. He's so full of shit. Your lies are obvious and you're going down, pal. You want, like, honestly, like, he's such a fucking liar. Oh my God. And I always try to, like, extend an olive branch. I don't know why. Because that would be the worst thing for me to do. That would be so self-destructive.
She doesn't really extend a real olive branch. She extends an olive branch with thorns wrapped around it. Like, you better take it, because if you don't take it, you're going to make me mad, and then I'm really going to get vengeful on you and put the wrath of God on you. I'll put you in jail. I'll get you in legal trouble. That's Chantal. And that's why she will never have a partner in her life. Has nothing to do with her weight. There are lots of men that love big ladies. It's not about that. It's about the way she conducts herself and her personality. They're ugly. They're so ugly. They're so rotten and putrid that nobody wants to be around that. I mean, who wants to be involved with somebody, friendship or otherwise, with a person that has that kind of an evil streak? That as long as you're good with them, you're good. But if you get on their nerves, or you say to yourself, it's too draining being around this person, it's too much, I've got to cut it off. For my own mental, emotional health, I got to cut this off. Just quietly try to walk away. That person's going to turn wrathful and go, no, I don't want you to walk away. I want you to stand right here and deal with whatever I throw at you, and you better do it without complaint, or else I'm going to punish you. You got to do what I say. I'm going to control you by means of threatening you with my wrath. Nobody wants to be involved with people like that, Chantal. Nobody. Nobody. No. Being around someone like that, you really don't have a friendship. You know? Treating your friends like a dumping ground for your problems and your wrath, that's not a real friendship. Friendship is about positive energy. Like, both parties, they feel good being around each other. But you're that person that nobody would feel good around you because you have nothing good to offer. You're not good company. You complain, you bitch, you moan when things don't go your way. Example, that little trip you just took with Pete to the mini golf. He was enjoying himself. And you were being negative the whole time, complaining the whole time, even though you weren't there that long. Imagine other people that are not Pete's, that haven't known you for 17 years, trying to go out with you. And wherever they go, whatever they do, if you're not the center of attention, you're going to be a negative presence. That's why you're alone. Not because of your size, Chantal. Not because of that. But because on the inside, you are an ugly, vengeful, wrathful, controlling, manipulating person. Nobody's going to put up with that.
I think Diamond's stupid. His kitchen door has a window, and I'm at level. I literally looked in the kitchen and left. So shut up.
Here's what's interesting about what she just said. So I remember all the live streams that Natter did over at the trap house. As I recall, the window was way above the door. Chantal is only 5 feet tall. She's very short. I'm 5'4", okay? So I'm 4 inches taller than Chantal. As I understand it, the window was way above the door. So how in the world did she look in that window unless it was another window? You know, it's way above her head. Did she have a ladder? I don't think she had a ladder. So was it another window? It just don't sound right. You know, her saying, I'm looking in the window of the door. I didn't see a window in the door at eye level. I saw one way above. And as I recall, at some point, something happened to the window and there was a piece of cardboard there. I don't know if the window broke. I don't know if he put the cardboard on the window to keep her from looking in, but it's way above the door. I don't think even I was tall enough to reach that. So how could Chantal do
Give me that fucking shit. The only reason he's not a stalker is because he doesn't drive. He's a fucking bum. Otherwise, he probably would be a fucking stalker. Who knows? No. I didn't give him any money for his mom's operation. Or I gave him money for his mom before, but I don't know what it was for. I've only like ever gone to Western Union once with him. What twins? He will say whatever he has to make you look crazy. Cutting all ties is what you have to do. Okay, Wendy, let me get it through your fucking fat cheeks, okay, bitch? When you go up to his fucking door, there's a door.
it?
Do I need to draw a fucking diagram? Door, 93 Rue Saint Antoine.
So she's doxing the address.
There's a window. My head reaches the window to look in. Go
I didn't see a window in the door. At least not one at eye level.
sue the fucking door manufacturer, dumbass. Jesus.
Well, not only did you, okay, let's just, on a devil's whim, let's just explore this argument, Chantal. Okay, so maybe there was a window in the door, which I didn't see any. Well, let's just say for a moment that you're right. There was a window in the door. But you also went around the side and looked in another freaking window.
Christ. Don't fucking try me today. I can't with stupid people. It pisses me off more than anything in life, and I can't. Blocked for being stupid, not me. Alright. There's a door. Fuck. Can I finally walking up to a door and facing a window makes me a fucking stalker. Anything to reach.
Nah, that just sounds creepy. I would say the same thing about anybody who did that. Making a point to drive to somebody's house to look through a window in a door, if there was one, and trying the doorknob, that's just freaking creepy. And a lot of people have already said this, and I do agree. If Chantal were a man doing this, she'd be in jail right now. Honestly, she would. Doing this kind of behavior, acting the way she's acting, if she were a man, she would be in jail.
I need to invent a reaching tool for these fucking idiots. My God. Yeah, yeah. Here we go. Here you go, Natter. Here's the one thing you'll ever get. Last thing you'll get from me. Oh, you rejected me.
We've heard that. How many times have we heard that, y'all? This is the last time I'm talking about him. I'm done here. We hear it every day, and yet she doesn't follow through with actually not talking about him. I'm going to tell you guys something. I had an ex who stalked me online for 15 years. It was the abusive ex. Even after I left, he continued to stalk me online and post things everywhere of a horrible nature. I'm not going to share the details with you guys because I don't want to lead you down that dark path, but trust me, it was dark. But I know from experience that if you're dealing with a wrathful, vengeful person like Chantal, when it comes to someone that they feel has wronged them, they're like a dog with a bone. They won't let it go. There is no way to make them stop being obsessed with you. There's no way to stop them from stalking you beyond moving far, far away. And sometimes that doesn't work. They will find whatever means they can to keep it going, whether it's stalking you online and trying to scare you online by finding any and every profile that you have and making a point to let you know they know about it. Just, there's no way to appease them to just let go. Once a person becomes obsessed with you, they're not going to let go. They refuse to let go. Chantal's over on her side saying he needs to admit that he loves me. He needs to apologize. Let's just say he did that. Does anybody out there think that's going to stop her from being obsessed? That the obsession is going to quit right there? No. She's going to twist it another way. She's going to think to herself, oh, he apologized. He has a heart now. He really does care about me. And she's going to use that as a reason to keep the obsession going. She does not want this obsession to stop. She's always going to find a reason to continue this, whether it's because it makes her money on YouTube or the fact that she doesn't have any other man to focus her attentions on. She's going to keep feeding this beast, this monster. She's never going to let it starve to death and die. She's always going to be feeding it something, looking for a reason to continue engaging in this stalkerish behavior. Like I said, I know this from experience. Once a person becomes obsessed, there's nothing you can say. There's no way you can say it to make them stop. You could try to have a polite conversation and try to reason with them. It doesn't matter. It may appease them for the moment, but then something fires them up and they get mad and they come at you again. If you argue with them, it's just going to make things worse. There is no way to handle it beyond moving somewhere thousands of miles away where they can't find you, changing all your profiles, and even then, that won't work. They'll probably find you anyway. So this obsession thing, there's nothing that Natter can say to make her stop being this way because she's been this way for years. And she thinks it's perfectly fine because she's gotten away with it for years.
You rejected me. Here's your power back, little man. Which you'll need it. Guys, You're gonna have nothing. And you deserve nothing because that's how you treat people who do everything for you. Like shit. And you lie to people. Like how you lied to me about not telling me that you went to a fucking hotel on the 18th, you fucking loser.
Talking about May.
Mm.
It's disturbing to me that it seems like she's more ticked off over the fact that he went to a hotel with another woman, more so than what might have happened with that woman. I find that disturbing.
Got my mouth. Liar, liar. War art. Sorry, Vicky. I'm just in like disbelief. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in disbelief because, like,
You know, I'm going to go on record as saying that I think all this drama going on right now, it's made up. Dee Dee, Natter, Chantal, they're all in this thing together for the same reason, money, the most money possible. They're all in it together. Chantal has a key to Dee Dee's house. Why would she have a key to Dee Dee's house if she really hated them and they hated her? Why would she have that kind of access? And if they weren't in it together, why is Natter still allowing Chantal to call him? Why hasn't he blocked her? Why hasn't she blocked him? It's all reality show drama, just not on TV. It's on YouTube. And because it's on YouTube, Chantal can make quite a bit of money, which she is. And so the success of this drama depends on how much drama they can bring to the table and just keep it floating back and forth. You know? A lot of people say Chantal's not that smart. She's not smart. She could never plan something like this. I say this as a counter argument. You don't have to have a 200 IQ to know how to scam people. You just have to know how to do it. And Chantal was a scammer even before YouTube. And now she's got 2 other people to help her with her scam. It's all made up drama. All of it. You know, this is the content of her channel, the drama. She doesn't want to do positive content. It's boring to her. She's got to keep the drama going and going and going in order to keep making money. She can't ever quit this. And unfortunately, for those of you who watch Foodie, if her content is triggering, if it's irritating, this is her fault. This is what she's choosing to put out there.
I only knew. Never mind. He's so stupid. He's like he's made enemies with somebody who has so much shit on him while he's going through a court case. Like, are you for real? Like, you're such a stupid idiot.
And from what I've heard, he's got stuff on YouTube. But even if you guys have recorded conversations, even if you have video clips, what does that matter? You got stuff on each other you can't release. So what are you threatening him with? You got nothing.
She was working the guy. She can go to his house and look in his window. Exactly.
No, she can't. Who said that? Who made that comment? Oh, because Chantal was having sex with Natter, that gives her the right to peep in his windows? Who said that? No, that does not give you the right to look in somebody's windows.
I was paying for the phone he was blowing up. I was blowing up.
Well, that's your stupid mistake. One of them.
He's making you look crazy. It's exactly what he wants, as hard as it is. Exactly. I know that. I know that now. After I know, I'm like, why did he unblock me? So I was a bit curious. And I know that happened. Every night, Diamond, when? I haven't thrown money or food at him in a while.
You tried to. You got that hotel room and you had $1,000 in your pocket to give him if he showed up. And what's making you angry is that in your head you thought all I have to do is try to tempt him away with money and drugs and he'll go for it. And you're pissed off because it didn't work. Because he's resisting you. That makes you angry that the bait that normally works does not work anymore.
I didn't copyright anyone's videos. How do you know it didn't happen? You don't know, so shut the fuck up. You don't know what happened that day. Okay? Thank you.
I want everybody to pay attention to the chat. Every single person in her room is a paying member. They paid their $5. This is not open chat. And this is the way she treats people who are members of her own channel. And they let her get away with it. I wouldn't let her get away with it. Like, screw you. I'm not going to pay money to be abused. Bye. But they put up with it. So she continues to do it.
Accusing somebody, like, these same people accusing me of faking are the ones who accuse me of giving May shit. Like, it's so stupid.
But you did give her shit.
Just tired. Think about it. That's alright. I'll never, ever, 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 mark these words, I'll never message him again.
Sure.
Ever. Don't you worry.
Everybody mark it down and wait about 3 days. She's going to break her word.
I'm stubborn too. So even if it kills me, it won't. Like, he's so gross.
So are
He's
you.
so gross.
And you're not?
And not just that, but like, after, I don't know. I'm so messed up about everything. My mind goes from like, could he actually be capable of doing something like that? And then I'm like, no, 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 there's no way. Because to me, like, it doesn't sound like him, but I don't know. I can't speak on that at all. I don't know. It's not, I wasn't there.
I hate this. I absolutely hate this. I hate this. I hate this because Chantal just cannot stop bringing up the DV and the essay thing on her channel. I hate it. As someone I've been through that stuff, I hate it. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes a lot of people uncomfortable. It triggers a lot of people. But Chantal couldn't give a damn about that because I'm just going to say it. I don't think she's been through either one of those things. Based on her behavior and the way she's behaved on her channel, I don't believe she's been through either one of those. Period. End of story. Full stop. For someone who's been through SA, she runs around on camera half naked all the time. I don't think someone who's been through SA would do that. Also, anybody who's been through DV and SA, just to talk to one person about what happened to them would be hard. If you're sitting there talking about what happened to you, you're reliving it in your head, in your memories, and it upsets you. I have yet to see evidence that she's truly upset, rethinking about it and reliving it in her head. Because she talks about those things so freely with no problem. And she does it in front of an audience of thousands of people for hours. It doesn't look genuine to me at all. But I hate the fact that she just keeps bringing this stuff up because she wants sympathy from her members, from her viewers. She wants those super chats. She wants those membership signups. Everything she does on her channel is money motivated. And she doesn't care how it affects people. She doesn't care if there are people in her audience that have been through those things, and just talking about it might make them think about what happened to them, might unsettle them or shake them up. She doesn't care. She does not care. As long as she gets paid, she doesn't care. For a person who claims to be an empath, you sure are not empathic to other people, Chantal. You're not sensitive to other people's feelings. You prey on other people's feelings and their emotions. You're always stirring them up in a bad way. Shame on you, Miss Empath. Shame on you. An empathic person would never do that, would never strive to upset the audience and trigger the audience every second of every day. Wouldn't even dream of it. But you dream of it. You dream about how much money you can make that day. But all this talk anymore, oh my Lord, of, oh, he did this and he was abusive and talking about the main thing. It's upsetting to listen to. It's unsettling. I hope if something happened to May, that she gets justice for that. I hope that if there's a court case in August, she gets justice for what happened to her. But in the meantime, I don't think Chantal should be talking about this on her channel to anybody. This is not something that involved her. She shouldn't talk about it. And she sure as hell shouldn't be talking about DV that never happened. If Natter is a horrible person, fine. Stay away from him. Don't go back. Don't call him. Leave him alone. Make him leave you alone. But stop bringing all these triggering subjects to your channel, Chantal. You got an audience of people that are listening, and what you say affects them too. You're always telling people, oh, Dee and Natter are driving me crazy, because you let them. You always tell people, your mental health is not my problem. Well, if they're driving you crazy, your mental health is not our problem, is it? But in the meantime, talk about something else. It's just the kind thing to do.
About my story.
And that's what it is, a story, a made-up story. Unfortunately, your story that's made up is also triggering, so please cut it the fuck out.
I found out about it after, like way after. And when he was telling me, I still didn't get the fact that he did actually go, because he was like being very vague about it. And I think he only told me because May was threatening legal action.
Why are we talking about
at
this?
that point? Like he had to tell me, because she was like, "Oh, I'll see you in court." Blah, blah,
Why
blah.
are you
So
bringing this up?
About it. And then like, I don't know. I guess.
You know what? We're zipping past that. We're zipping past that. Don't want to hear any more about it.
But you're like, that happens like a lot. That would happen a lot. Like just little stupid, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh. And even when we got back together, he's like, oh, so you already like charged me for, you don't want me to fuck your ass, so now I get to fuck your ass. But he said that when we got back together. So. Oh my God. So that's why I didn't, because I didn't, I didn't want to like put him like in jail for that. Like I didn't want to, but when I was talking to the.
Nah, you didn't want to put him in jail. You just wanted to scare him and get control of him by scaring him, threatening him with jail time. That's what you wanted to do. You wanted to get control of him because you can't control him any other way.
Detective at the time, like, I was thinking like, because the way they talk, they make you feel comfortable and everything. So it kind of just opened up about like all of his treatment towards me. You know what I mean? Um, did you like it?
I didn't find it as good as you'd led me to believe it would be.
Really? I feel like whenever I want to be with him, I don't. I'm willing to like forgive what he does.
because you're obsessed with him.
Show her the class. Get back home the yoga ball. Wait, I'm not done concluding my point.
There really was no point. You just wanted to rant about Natter. There was no freaking point. None of this has a point. Because when you make a point, you make your point and then leave it alone. You won't leave it alone. Where's the point in all this? There is no point. It's just one big circle. Round and round we go. Where we stop, nobody knows, but everybody wishes they knew. There's no point. If there is a point, the point is this. The point is Chantal's on YouTube and she wants to make money, and she absolutely refuses to talk about anything but Natter. That's the point. And so this whole thing is going to keep going to the point of ridiculousness until everybody's so burnt out they can't watch her anymore. That's the point. So you're going to run this into the ground.
Hi, Jessie Leslie. And I blow dried it out. He was trying to contact him and he was ignoring her because he was with me that night. And then she was flipping out, and that's what the rejection was about. He has no idea about the power you have. Yeah, I think he does. That's why he's trying to get me. By opening up his messages and baiting me with them.
Then don't talk to him, dummy.
So, then on the 18th, they must have seen each other at that point, and that's what happened. Whatever happened, I don't know.
Still talking about
But
the
he didn't
case?
go there. That he did, I think.
Why is she still talking about it?
No, no, not him. Motorcycle guy. No traffic. Hey, Cooper Princess. And everything else, just, oh, fuck. If you just add up everything, yeah, you guys are right. It's fucking disgusting. It's just that now I'm, like, the processing of it sucks. It's so hard.
I got a question for you, Chantal. How much longer do you think you can keep this up? Honest, sincere question. How long do you think you can keep this up? This back and forth between you and Natter, how long do you think this can go on? How much longer do you think people are going to stay interested in you, in your channel, in your content, as long as the content is Natter? Honest question. Because based on what I've been hearing from people on my side, on my channel, a lot of people are turning away. They're burned out on everything because nothing changes. There's nothing new or exciting about your content. It's the same subject every day for hours. You've talked this subject to death. There's no resurrecting it either. It's dead. This whole thing with you and Natter is ridiculous. It's stupid. It's played out. You've taken every angle that you can with this story. There's literally nothing left. How much longer do you think your channel can survive talking about Natter? It's already on life support. And you should be thankful of that life support, because the life support is the reaction channels. Hi, you know those people you don't like so much? The ones you curse out and you call parasites? Hi, us? Yeah, life support for your channel. If there weren't the reactors in the reaction community, your channel would have tanked a long time ago. But we take your garbage content and try our best to make it interesting. But there's only so many ways you can polish a turd. Hear me? And we try hard. We really try hard. You don't give us a whole lot to work with. People get irritated when they hear the same things about the same things every day. And there's only so many creative ways you can talk about a boring subject before it's A, talk to death, or it's annoying to hear again. And everybody's reaching that point. So how much longer can you go on, Chantal? One of two things has got to happen. Either you got to get your head out of your behind and do something different, or this subject of Natter, nobody's going to watch. Nobody's going to listen. Nobody's going to listen to you when you make another empty promise about not talking to him again, and, oh, I'm going to do edited content, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. Ain't nobody going to listen. No one's going to believe you. Nobody believes you now. Your word is worth zero because you don't follow through with your promises. You're very unlikable. Nobody trusts you. Nobody trusts your word. You've been coasting on your past success, and the fact that your channel has as many subscribers as it does. You are coasting on the vapors of your past success. Well, your paychecks are getting smaller and smaller for a reason, because there's nothing of interest here. So how long can this go on, Chantal? How long can you go on living this lifestyle of obsession? I really want to know.
No, it's okay. We have to really try not to talk about him. We have to
Then you shut up about him. You're the one that keeps it going. Shut up about him. Then we won't talk about him. We don't want to talk about him. We're tired. We're done. Give us anything else, please. Anything? Anything at all.
I not want to date for 3 years. That's how much he traumatized me. I'm sorry, Tanya, and I honestly feel that I feel like I don't know how to have a relationship with a man.
You don't, because you don't have a relationship with yourself. You don't love yourself. You don't take care of yourself. So how can you find someone to take care of you if you don't know how to do it? If you don't want to do it? Chantal, no partner in the world, whether it's male or female or trans or gay or bi or whatever, no person, no human soul wants to encounter another person that 5 minutes into having a conversation with that person, you can tell they got all kinds of baggage and issues, and they're looking at you like, I got all these problems. And if we get together, you got to fix all this stuff. Never mind what's going on in your life. Never mind that. Never mind your personal interests, your passions, your free time. Your time is going to be taking up fixing all of my broken parts. I'm going to make you focus entirely on me and nothing else. That is a selfish, suffocating way of thinking. Approaching somebody new and saying, forget what you like to do. It's got to be all about me. And I'm broken and I'm messed up and I don't want to fix me, but I'm expecting you to fix me for the rest of our days. Focus on my issues. If you have issues, screw them. Your attention is on me now. It's too much. It's too much. And you shouldn't expect that from any person. You're the only one who could fix your life, Chantal. Nobody else. Nobody else. You got the power. You got the resources. You got the money. Work on your own shit.
Maybe that's why I said I miss Roman, because I saw that he called me on Instagram. I saw him call me on Instagram, and then I was like, I know him already, you know what I mean? And I kind of miss Kiwi, so I was like, maybe I can hang out with Roman. I like what's familiar, you know.
Yeah, but what's familiar to you is toxic to you. They say that you cannot heal in the same environment that you hurt in. And everything you've surrounded yourself with is negative, Chantal. It may be familiar, but it's also negative familiar. That's why you need to change it.
I don't mean in a sexual way. Jack! Hi, Jack. You know, I wish you weren't gay. I'm kidding. So, guys, mm, I haven't met the right one. I don't know.
Yeah, but even if you did, are you the right one for that person? If you're walking into something and you're all messed up, would you be the right person for that person? No. You're not even the right person for yourself.
Well, what kind of man should I date?
You shouldn't date at all. You should work on yourself. Period.
Always who is nice. Power, emotional power over you, but people, words and everything, they do have power over us, you know?
If you let them have power,
Dark brows with that dark wig. Yeah, I gotta fill in my eyebrows now. And I was like thinking, would it be cool to hang out with him again? Maybe I overreacted on him. I don't know. Because like I know him and like you guys already know him, so I kind of there's an allure there to doing videos with him or something just for fun. Embrace the whole phase. I wouldn't be in like a relationship with him. I mean like just as a friend. Like we could be friends and hang out.
you don't know how to be friends with anybody. That's the problem, especially men. You don't know how to be friends. Friends would mean you hang out, you talk, you have a drink. If the guy's halfway attractive, you fall immediately in love and you start thinking about marriage and relationships and locking them down. You don't know how to get to know people and think to yourself, hey, maybe we'll get to know each other and we're just going to be friends. A friend is a wonderful thing to have, Chantal. A friend is somebody you can trust and you can talk to and you can tell things and get a different point of view besides your own. A real true friend is the most wonderful thing to have. It's a precious gift. Not everything has to lead to a relationship or a romantic encounter. You got to learn to value all kinds of relationships. But you're all about that life of finding attractive men. And then if they're around you for 5 minutes, you're already trying to lock them down into a relationship. You don't know what it is to be a friend to anybody, and just approach someone with a sense of no already set in stone expectations of, okay, this is how it's going to go. We're going to talk for 5 minutes and then I'm going to make him my boyfriend. If you approach someone with no expectations other than getting to know them, you know, then if it doesn't lead to anything romantic, your feelings won't get hurt and you won't get angry. You won't lash out. You'd be like, oh, great. I just met someone who's a friend. How awesome is that? But you don't know how to do that.
I don't want to like obviously be in a relationship with him. Sometimes sleeping with someone else can help you move on. I honestly, I think like having slept with Tony, I'm okay. I started liking Tony, and I think I just really that's why.
Yeah, I find that interesting. So she's had a intimate encounter allegedly with somebody, but yet she's raging about Natter. I guess whatever you got from him really wasn't that great because you're still angry and raging at Natter.
It's just pissing me off because don't leave me on red and play games like that. You can at least take the minute to fucking message me and say yes or no to this. So if you know,
hello, the man has a job. He's got to work. See, this is another reason why she'd never be a good girlfriend or even a friend. Because of the lifestyle that she leads, she doesn't stop and think there are other people that they have jobs. They can't call her when she wants them to call her. They can't be at work and making all kinds of random phone calls to Chantal just because she feels like talking. People work, Chantal. They got obligations. They got things to do. You can't be the center of the universe. And you can't be mad just because you aren't. You're not considerate of other people, Miss Empath. You know, you're not considerate at all. All you think about is me, and I. Narcissist.
And then he gets mad if I message him and give him shit for it. Like, you're doing it though. Why are you mad that I'm giving you shit? Like, he'll get mad that I'll be like, I'll send him a message if I don't hear from him going, you don't like me, cry face, if it's been a while, as a joke. And he'll be like, well, and he'll send me a video right away of him of showing him working. So
See, that's why he couldn't talk to you. He was working. Hello, work, that thing you don't do. Work, meaning you're at a job, you're on the clock. The boss might be watching you. You're at your desk or out in the field or something. You cannot sit there and blah, blah, blah with you all day.
You can send that video.
He probably sent you that video to shut you up because you were blowing up his phone. And if he didn't, you might get in trouble with his boss.
Maintenant, like when I message you, like for other things, you take your freaking time. Tu prends ton temps, c'est pas juste. C'est méchant, puis goodbye. Like, goodbye, I don't want to talk to you. God, I'm not wasting my time on dudes like that anymore, man. We should do no sex for a month. Oh, I freaking love it though. Like, especially
people who talk about sex like that usually don't get it. I'm just saying.
Right now, for some reason, I don't know. They say women peak. Maybe it's like my time. My skin and makeup. Thank you, Shaw. Go traveling. Go have a good life. St. Monica. Listen to this comment. Go traveling. Natter can't do that. He depends on Dee Dee's handouts now. Go have a good life. I don't. St. Monica. It's like, why? I guess I'm angry at the universe, not just the situation. Like, why couldn't he just be a nice guy? Why couldn't
he be just a nice guy? Oh Lord, why couldn't he be just a nice guy? You knew what he was when you met up with him. I'm sure Natter did not do as you do and like put on one persona and then wait about a month and bring out their real selves. You knew what he was when you met up with him and you liked him. You knew he wasn't a nice guy, and you've gone on record, Chantal, as saying you don't like nice guys. Nice guys bore you. They're not exciting enough. Pete was a nice guy. What'd you do to him? Cheated, lied. Phoebe was a nice guy. What'd you do to him? Cheated, lied. Nice guys don't work for you because you're not a nice person. And if there were a nice person next to you right now, all you would do is take advantage of the fact that they're nice, and you would wreck and ruin their life. You've done it before. You'll do it again because you are not a different person now. You're exactly the same. I take that back. You're not exactly the same. You're worse. You're much worse. You don't deserve a decent person, a nice person. All you would do is hurt them repeatedly.
It be that he was the one that would travel with me? Why couldn't it just be like that? Why does he, like, he's dumb. Like, why couldn't he just, I don't know. He did his handouts. Like, he had everything with me. But he couldn't, like, what? He couldn't swallow his pride because he couldn't control.
Wait, what? What do you mean he had everything with you? Are you talking about the money? There's more to life than money, Chantal. Money was the only thing you offered up. You're not a nice person. You don't have a career. You don't have any goals. You don't have any interests or passions. There's nothing really to talk about with you. Your life is just void of meaning and substance. Natter's a loser. He's a scumbag. Nobody will ever change my mind about that, but like, he had everything. No, he didn't. No, he didn't have everything. What he had was stuff that you gave him and that you paid for, but that's not everything.
Only? Like, I don't get why he would fuck himself.
Because Chantal, even in situations like this, where a person is a sugar baby and you are a sugar mama, even as a sugar baby, if you got a sugar mama or a sugar daddy, sometimes you can reach that point where you're like, the juice is not worth the squeeze. This benefactor, they're too troublesome. They're too toxic. I got to cut this off now. Even though they're giving me a lot of money, too much comes with that. Too much of many things that I don't want in my world and I can't deal with. And that's when the sugar baby walks away. You're a whole lot of everything bad, Chantal. You're a walking tornado, hurricane, tsunami, earthquake. You're all that and more. Everywhere you go, you wreck and ruin everything. And it's too much. It's not just little annoyances. You are walking ruin. And some people just can't deal with it.
Anyway. He said to truth. Because it's like, I don't know, I just don't want to believe that any of it's true or that, like, it's a reality. Like, I want it to just, like, somehow make it better.
You can't.
You know? She's so weird. Anyway. Yeah. No, she did go right away, Chris, I think. I think she went, like, the next day to the ER. Her messages said. On the 19th.
Are we still talking about May? Good Lord. I can't. No.
Okay. Hi, Sam. Leaning at me. Is this the same day as the fucking gonorrhea medication I think so? Oh, no, because every day will be a reminder of it. I'm not doing this. I'm just doing
Did she take edibles? She looks like she's messed up right now.
Oh.
Are they hitting her? Eating again.
Gotta make sure it's an image. I guess with the sugar.
Oops.
Oh, no one's supposed to eat the paper. See? I think so. I don't know.
Okay, guys. I don't know if she's going to say anything beyond this point. Let's see how long her live stream is. Over 3 hours, but it seems like she's winding down. If there's anything of note that I missed, I'll cover it in the next react, but this live stream is ongoing, so there's no comments yet. Sorry about that. But I just had a feeling that she would dirty delete this, so I wanted to capture before she did. Because you know how she is about getting rid of anything of note. She does something or she says something gets natter, she dirty deletes, so I wanted to capture this now. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this react video. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. And thank you very much for watching, and please have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And stay safe. Bye-bye now.